What's going on, traders? Welcome back to day 13 of 25 days of trading. Now, I want to talk to you about how to get out of a losing streak. Odds are you've probably been in one, you're currently in one, and if not, you're soon probably unfortunately going to face one. So we need to know how to get out of it and what to do when we're in these situations. The first thing I'm going to suggest is limit the number of trades, right? I'll say that even if you're on a good streak, I think that's how you get good streaks, but definitely you don't want to be pushing it now more than ever when you're in a losing streak. You can see my month here. The gains this month or this week on FOMC have been very small, no doubt about it. But if you're struggling, you shouldn't be greedy for giant profits anyways. I guess you should be looking for any sort of green. So if you can just go one and done, one trade, 3 trades, 2 trades, limiting the number of trades. The more trades you take, the more risk you're putting out there, the more chances that you have to lose. If I take 5 trades in a week, can I go 3 for 5, 4 for 5, even 5 for 5? Sure. So that could be a great week. But if I open myself up to 25 trades, I don't think I could go 25 for 25. So I'm inherently definitely going to take losses. And when you take losses, maybe you get lack of confidence because you're on a losing streak. Then you're just going to take another one, tilt day on its way, and we're back at the bottom. So I think just limiting the number of trades, reducing the amount of risk we put in the market first of all. But the second thing with those less trades, it needs to be a specific trade that we're taking. So I have my full strategy available on AceFX TV. It's absolutely free. If you want your first month to that, you can find the link to that below. But my strategy on there, I'm looking for the same repeatable setup. And if it doesn't look like that, I don't want the trade. Could I take it? Sure. Could it work out? Sure. But winning streak or losing streak, we're speaking to the losing streak right now, you should be more picky than ever of what type of setup do I want to take. Because when I'm taking a little bit of everything, it's clearly not working. That's why you're on a red streak. So let me just get really good at taking one setup before I spread my branches out and try to add this indicator, that time frame, this different asset. Trade it in both directions within the same day. Less is more. To get out of the red streak, and then I would suggest once you're out of it, keep doing less is more, right? It's not just get out of this red streak and then go back to those habits and they're going to stay green again. This is what I think you do to get green and stay green. So let's take a look at a trade real quick. A little bit of a preview into that Futures 2.0 strategy that I'm speaking on. That we're going to look at ES and NQ. Those are the two assets that I trade. I don't want to be chasing the first break of open range low. I think when you're on a red streak, you're kind of timid to get into a trade because you don't want to take another loss. But also you're super eager to get out of the red, that you're trying to get all the money you can, get in the market as fast as you can because you just want to win, right? So it's kind of counterintuitive. They're fighting each other. But I'm going to let the first break of open range go. I know I don't want to chase that. It's all about it in my strategy. Let it go as far as it wants. But the thing you need to be doing, whether you're trading my VWAP strategy or not, try to get close as price to the VWAP as possible. If you go through the strategy, you'll see I'm not looking for breakouts. I'm looking to trade back to where we've already been or where we've been plus some, right? So I need a pullback. My strategy comes after a pullback. This is the one move. If you missed it, we can't just jump in now saying, oh my God, I missed it. FOMO's setting in. I think this goes lower. I know this goes lower because look how bearish it goes. Yeah, I think it goes lower too. But now's not the time to act on that idea that I have. I need to see it pull back to VWAP. And now here's the retest. Here's the price that I want. It's after a pullback. I'm not chasing a lower low. I'm hopefully getting the lower high before the next lower low, right? So I'm not chasing. You also need a good stop loss. So with this stop loss, it's not going to be just super tight there, anywhere in here. You can see on this markup, it didn't matter. It was nothing but just flush lower. But on the slower days, the choppier days, the other days, you definitely want to have a stop loss that covers all your bases. The worst thing that happens when you're on a red streak, you get just stopped out, and it falls in your direction, you start questioning everything of like, what? I was in the short and it does move lower. How did I not make money on it? Let me jump back in. And then you jump in at a bad price. You maybe take a second loss, right? So you definitely want to be out of the trade when you're wrong. I'm not going to be wrong on this short until it makes a new high of day because then we're no longer making lower highs and lower lows, right? This doesn't have to be the lower high. It could come up a little bit higher and still fall. We'll say from back here, yep, this is the next lower high. And now we're going to fall. Right? So we don't want to predict where that lower high is going to form. I think it could be here, but in case I'm wrong, I still could be right on the idea that we fall from here and make some money. So give yourself a good stop loss, even if you have to size down. You should be doing that regardless if you're on a red streak. You shouldn't be shooting for these giant gains. Just go for base hits. If you're short at this VWAP, I don't care how far down it goes here. If you're short at the VWAP, you're out at the low a day. Scalp a nice little win, bag it, feel good, start stringing together some winning days, some winning trades, feel even better, execute even better. Oh my God, we're starting to get out of this red streak, right? The worst thing it is, you make some money on this, or you try to hold it even longer, It comes back up and gets you for nothing. Well, that's not going to help us get out of a red streak or a cold streak that we're on. I need to maximize my strategy in terms of let me just make sure I end the day green because I'm looking for a confidence boost right now, right? Is that going to maximize gains forever? No. But like I've said, if you're watching this video, it's because you're on a cold streak or you've been through one or you're going through one soon, then I'm not looking to maximize gains when my trading's not going super well. I'm looking to get good, a little bit better. So get me out of this rut that I'm in. And then once I'm feeling good, okay, let's start pedal to the metal. Let's start making some gains again from it, right? But it can't just be I'm losing every single day to now I'm having the biggest green days of my life. There's a middle ground in there. So let's get back to the middle ground before we start stretching our trades for perfect execution, giant size, all these different things, right? Look at another trade setup here. I got to be close to VWAP. So in this case, we have the overnight VWAP in black. The blue one is anchored from today's New York. All of it, again, is broken down on A's TV from entry to exit. But you can long it on the break above New York in line with the trend, right? Here's the higher high, pull back. Here's our higher low. Let's get long. Don't chase longs away from VWAP. If we're in a cold streak, I need to be super specific. So could I long it here? Could I long it on its way up? Could I try to chase the breakout? There's a whole bunch of things you could do. But we're looking to trade less and more precise, so it needs to look like a specific setup. That's going to come at the VWAP. You missed that one at the VWAP, right? Catching the next higher highs. That's what your job should be. If you're in a cold streak or not, you always want to be trying to catch the next higher high. Don't get involved in a move that's already running without you and hope it has a lot of gas behind it and you can keep on making money, right? That if I chase it at the higher high on a strong day, yeah, it might move from there and you make some money. But that's not generally a great setup to be jumping in at because it pulls back more times than not and then moves higher. Pulls back and then moves higher. So wait for the pullback and then get in when it moves higher. Same thing here, trading it with the VWAP. We have 3 VWAPs stacked on top of each other here of yesterday's New York, the overnight, and today's New York, right? We're holding it. I like the longs. You see on the 15-minute here on the left side, we're above both. We're trending higher, so I know I want to be a buyer. Where do I want to be a buyer? At this VWAP, okay? So we're long there. Stop loss at the bottom of range. It moves a little bit higher. Pulls back to the same VWAP. Here's another opportunity. If I missed that first one, let's take it back higher. I really don't want to make it sound easy, but it's super simple. If you're at VWAP, you could probably scalp a little bit of move from the trade, right? This is one of those big overextended ones that I think gets a lot of traders that you just chase it on the lows, and you make some money, right? On this day, you could close your eyes and sell it and you make some money. But then what about the other days when that bad habit was rewarded? You're going to want to do it again the next day, and then that's when the losses catch up with you because it wasn't sustainable. So even on a day that drifts super strong like this, I know I want to sell it. You got to just stay patient saying, damn, pullback, just waiting for a pullback. Hopefully it comes in soon. And then we get a pullback to New York. Here's our lower high now. Great. A little bit of structure to work with compared to back here, right? And then we could take the next lower low. So it's all about just getting close to VWAP, clean trending structure, right? I'm not guessing what direction any of these go. It looks pretty obvious to me. Higher highs and higher lows on the right side of VWAP. So the direction's clear. Great. Size, that's going to be up to you. Stop loss is clear on all of them as well, right? Where it's invalidated, where I no longer want to be short or I want to be long, whatever trade it is. All right, let me just go for base hits. Let me not let these big wins. I mean, even go back to this one. If we're long at this New York, it goes to top of open range high, you should be out. I'll preach that in the futures course so you can understand that again. That's like the worst thing to do is still be long at this price, have it move up, stop loss break even, get nothing. Comes back, do I get back in? Whatever. And then you got to get back in and just make the win. But that was so much more stressful than just scalping it the first time, getting out, and maybe longing it a second time, maximizing gains that way, right? So either way, just get your profits, run. Stack the wins, get some confidence. It's a lot easier to trade when you're feeling good. And it's tough to feel good when you're not winning. So what can we do? What can I do when I'm long here and it pops up for a new high? How can I get green? I could close the trade. Could it keep going higher? Sure. But I can guarantee green if I just click that X right now. Let's do that. That's going to make me feel good. I'll come back tomorrow. I'll be able to feel good again and take another good setup and another one and another one. And now we're feeling good, trading good. All right, nice. I'm out of my rut, right? We're all going to go through bad stretches. There's no doubt about it. Markets are going to get a little bit disgusting and not look clean or to play out the same way that they were. But if you could just survive those cold stretches by saying, okay, what's not working so well? What am I still doing pretty well? Let's focus on these things that are still holding me back. And let me just revert back to my basics on trade with the trend, off of VWAP, aggressive with my take profit, right? You don't need more trades to make more money, just like you don't need more trades to try to get out of a red streak. I think it's also inevitable if you're going to have a lot of red streaks, if you're taking a whole bunch of trades. You can see last month, how many days was there more than 3? And these 3s are probably battle days. If I went to this one, started with a loss. So you're damn right I'm going to try to trade again, make it back. Now let's play with some profits and make some more. I'm not just hammering 3 losing trades in a row, except for this day. Spoke too soon. Dang. But 3 little paper cuts. But you get what I'm saying? That there's not 5 giant winning trades that make $800. It's 1. It's 1, 2, right? Less is more. Less opened up to risk, less chance of losing too, right? So if I could just wait for this one setup, this setup comes at 11 o'clock. This setup comes at 10:05, 10:45, 10:17 in the morning. So it's still early-ish in the New York session that I don't need to jump in right at 9:50. If I miss a move at 10 o'clock, there's still probably another one at 11 or 12:30, right? There's always another train around the corner. You could hop on it then. Don't just chase the one that's currently moving. You'll get smoked. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you check out the top 1 sale as well if you need a new account. They're running 50% off right now with code Evan, so you can get one for like $370 or so. Crazy deal. You can copy trade 5 of them. So I appreciate you guys. Make sure you also check out ASFX TV like I was saying if you want to learn more on my strategy. It's free for your first month if you click the link down below. You can also tune into the live streams where we trade these concepts every day. So with that, you'll see our patience. You'll see our execution. Hopefully you can get you the confidence to get out of that red streak. And if you're currently on one, you'll get out of it. Just keep your head down. Trade smart. Trade for the long term. It's just a bad stretch. It's not your whole trading. And I'll see you guys on the charts tomorrow morning.